buddies? It's the Ron and Fez show, and it must be September, Fez. It's the first show of September.
Is it September already?
Yes, it is. All right, I'm Ron. There's Fez.
Hiya, buddies.
Earl Douglas still with the show, amazingly enough.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Nice to see you. And Eastside Dave is back, or did he run out because he was afraid of his tattoo?
No, I'm here. I'm ready to go, baby. Full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead.
And your baby now.
Yeah, they call me Baby, you know. Used to be just Babe, as in Babe Ruth, but now I'm Baby. I'm not going to sit in a corner anymore, Dave. Nobody keeps Baby in the corner. All right, it's the Ron and Fez show, back from vacation. Has it ever seemed like this to you, Fez, when we're working, there's not shit to talk about? And then when we take a vacation, every news story looks like it's big and we should be in here doing stuff.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, should I book a flight back just to go on the air for something like this?
Just to go back for a moment. To get back before September.
Just to yell, told you they weren't going to charge John Carr with the Jean-Benet Ramsey murder.
No, that was yours. Okay. Thank you, Fez. I had no idea. Fez is Kreskin.
It was one of us.
Yeah. You were carrying torches with everyone else in Boulder. What else happened over the time that we were out? It was amazing. It just seemed like it was all show prep to me.
The thing that I was obsessed with just about my entire vacation was the Kentucky plane crash, where they tried to take off from the wrong runway. I have never heard of that in my life. I'm scared to death of flying. I study just about every plane crash there is in the news to see what could possibly go wrong. Birds in the engine or whatever, a tail falls off of the damn thing. Now I see taking off on the wrong runway kills 50 people.
It was a short porch, that was it?
Yeah, they taxied out onto the wrong runway and were about a couple thousand feet short of what they needed to take off. And I'm thinking, I can't believe... And then every day, there was something else, another little detail to the story in the news.
You'll be on the planes now going, does this runway seem a little short to you? Don't remember it being so... Especially if you ever leave out of LaGuardia.
Oh, yeah.
You never take LaGuardia, do you? You take the other one?
Yeah, I take JFK.
Okay. Because LaGuardia, I don't know, it's like at the last moment there's water there, and even when you come in, you just come in scraping bottom because they really have to lock it up when you land.
If the pilot doesn't get enough lift, you're in the middle of Shea Stadium. Yeah. Taking off out of LaGuardia.
It's a very tight little runway there. I don't know why.
Then every day, another little detail. Oh, the pilot, the guy who survived, he had been shot in 1999 in the stomach by his wife because he tried to kill her with a samurai sword. Or you find out...
Well, that had nothing to do with the crash.
Still, but it was enough to keep it in the news every day.
I saw that they were running the wedding photos of the two people that were going on their honeymoon. And then, they're like in a carriage, and they're waving, and they're, it's the happiest day of their life. And, the voiceover is 4 short hours later, they would be gone.
Oh, God.
It's just... and then, like, their families trying to act like, hey, they went together, and it was the happiest day of their life, and you're thinking, yeah, but they're both in their 20s, it can't be a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like, you can say they went out happy, but I don't think so. Not when you realize all of a sudden you're bumping through a Kentucky field when you think you're still supposed to be on another 3,000 feet of runway.
So you don't believe in the whole afterlife, the heaven, that people go on and live eternally?
I believe in that. I just think it really hurts to get there.
Yeah.
I think it's scary and hurts like hell to get on to the other side.
I'm telling you, Fezzy, first time that spike goes in your vein, it's a bad feeling, but seconds later, you don't remember pain at all.
Then another day, the air traffic controller only had 2 hours sleep. He had been working a 15-hour shift.
Well, that happens all the time.
And he had turned away to do some administrative work. Also, Tom Cruise apologized to Brooke Shields while we were gone.
No, did he do that on TV?
No, Brooke Shields says that Tom Cruise showed up at her door to do this.
I would have said, you ripped me on TV. You have to apologize on TV. Over here, it doesn't matter.
I'm wondering if it really happened at all. We haven't heard anything from Tom Cruise, just Brooke Shields. I think the pills are talking, Brooke.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they are.
Name a night when she doesn't think she sees Tom Cruise out on her doorstep.
That's true.
While she's taking her pills.
And that didn't even become a big story, right? Because there was so much other shit happening.
Oh, right, yeah. That just kind of came and went.
What else is out there?
What else did we miss? Oh, the CNN Kira Phillips leaving her mic on in the bath. Well, she didn't leave her mic on, but her mic was on while she was in the ladies' room.
So she's in the shitter and talking over Bush. And you know what? This wouldn't even have been a big story except for it happens when the president is talking.
Yeah, and CNN's got to be proud about this. Great mic quality. You could hear her so much clearer than the president, and she was on the can.
There is some engineer going, what did I tell you? Those lavalier mics are incredible.
So she was bad-mouthing her sister-in-law, so that got picked up over CNN. Other things going on. Trump fired Carolyn from The Apprentice.
Yeah, no, what did she do wrong?
They said the only thing I saw is that they had different views for the direction of the company. So it was one of those we're agreeing to disagree.
No, it wasn't that at all. Here's what the deal was. Because she didn't know it. She had no idea. She gets a phone call, you're fired. He got a little jealous because she was making some money, going out doing these talks. And he wanted to get his 2 kids on the show because George isn't going to be on the show anymore.
Oh, I didn't know George was leaving, too.
Yeah, and all she does is run the golf course. So let's not act like there's some views over the company. I don't know where the hell that one came from. But I saw her thing was just, I'm devastated. I'm devastated.
I guess so.
I don't know. I saw you fucking laughing when those other people got fired.
She must have thought this is... Well, are we filming a promo for the show? This can't be real. This isn't happening.
I don't even think he did it face-to-face. I think she got the phone call from George. You know Donald, he's nuts. Anyway, we're going to send over severance. Don't make a big deal about this. Don't splash. Maybe in a couple months I can get you back in.
And also going on, according to tabloid reports, John Mayer dating Jessica Simpson now. That's the new hot couple.
Well, it's not even tabloids. It's Us Magazine had it on the cover. People Magazine had it on the cover. And John Mayer was supposed to be our radio girlfriend, right? Remember the day that he came in? He wanted to meet. Oh, boy, I listen to you guys all the time. And if anything ever happens that I'm in the big news, I'll call you first. Now, Earl, have you tried to get a hold of him?
Yes, I've tried several times to get a hold of him, and it's people from his camp, and they are not saying a word. And not even.
You're nobody right now.
I'm a speck on the chalkboard of life right now. I stink, but I'm trying. I'm
doing the work. I'm trying. All right, let's play. You said you pulled something to him?
Yeah, this was the end of when he first came in and wanted to meet you guys, and this was the tip-off that he gave us.
All right.
And anytime you guys want the scoop, if I'll do some messed up stuff, I was saying, I get too close to Jessica Simpson at a club, you want to know the truth, I'll give you the phone number, you call me up on the air.
Yeah, because I never know when you're supposed to be in the famous relationship. When you date another famous person, that's when the heat's really on, right?
And I'm looking to do that. I mean, I got my agents on it now, because I'm coming back out of the woodwork, so I will keep you guys apprised.
We'll try to find out who the new hot chick is.
That's right.
All right, so there he seemed like he wanted to hint to us.
Right, yeah, he wanted to drop that off so that...
Because supposedly this had already been going on by the time we met him, right?
Oh, yeah, so they had already met.
They had barbecued.
And were canoodling.
This is an interesting thing to you, right, Fez?
Yeah, this is very interesting to me. Some of the things are that he passed the so-called Daisy test, where her dog Daisy likes John Mayer. So we knew that she was really into him.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what it is about this. I'm never interested in who's dating who.
I always love to see who ends up matching up with who. To me, it's like anytime you see 2 supervillains together on Batman or something.
Yeah, but they're not conquering the world. They're just dating. I mean, I don't. To me, I never understand where that fever comes from that people have. They're into it in a big, big way.
Yeah, this thing is...
Earl, does it interest you?
Not at all. I mean, what does it have to do with his music? What does it have to do with the fact that, with the shows coming up? It means
Do you even believe it, or do you think the whole thing was just hyped because they both have an album coming out?
They both have albums coming out within a week of each other. He's a very good guy for her coming off of Nick Lachey.
Yeah, right. I mean, sure.
She took a pounding in the press because she was the one that initiated the divorce and her father and this and that. It just seems too convenient right now.
And the fact that, he didn't call you back, and from anything I saw, he's not saying anything to the press, right?
No, he hasn't said anything.
So he's just going to let this thing run out and, get all the press that he can out of it. Maybe call Joe Simpson and ask if we can talk with John Mayer.
Yeah, and he's
her first boyfriend.
And he's been quoted. He's like, John's a
Be
really
nice. Now this is our buddy's chick.
Oh, yeah.
You're not allowed to fucking attack like it's a famous person.
Damn.
Now you got to treat with nothing but respect.
And Ashley, too.
And his comments were very convenient, too. He's like, hey, John's a really nice guy. He's a great musician, a wonderful person. He would be great without saying it.
All right, Fez acts like he's the little fucking gossip guy, but you're just as bad. You know every detail of this.
See, everyone's into this.
No, it was just something I read. I mean, obviously with the story
Yes,
breaking.
you read it. You read your People magazine when you were over the fucking beauty parlor having your head buffed. I don't know what it is about that. It never fucking matters to me.
I found it very interesting during the past week where they both had laryngitis at the same time.
What are you acting like? Is 69 gone bad? That makes no sense. Nothing could happen there.
They caught the germs from each other.
No, just speaking of people dating, I'm sort of interested in, I keep hearing some things, maybe Earl dating. I'm interested in possibly who he's dating. I don't know. I hear a couple things through the grapevine. That's all I'm saying. And,
we told you before we went on break, things were happening for Earl, but you don't like to talk about him, right, Earl?
No, I really do not want to talk about it.
But he's so interested in Mayer. How about you giving John Mayer?
Yeah, just tell your good news, Earl.
I'll just say we had fun this week.
Whoa! Who?
Earl!
You want John Mayer to divulge the info?
No, I didn't say that. I don't care.
Show him by example, please.
No, I really don't care.
Who is
Let's
that?
just say he had fun and leave it at that.
Sex? Is that what that fun means?
Fun.
With who?
Who you don't need to know.
It was a very tumultuous week, good and bad.
Give out the details of that, Earl, because that's really the interesting part.
Well, it just involved. I don't even know where to start. It involved some alcohol, some.
Earl's drinking now?
No, just say this part, Earl, and no one will ever give out the name. Where did she have to come out of for you to see her? Or where did she go back?
The hospital.
Let me just put it this way, without ever giving out any names. I don't think this is too much to say. Our Earl fucked a mental patient.
Oh, I know who it is. Okay.
She was in the nut hut before. She checks out. Earl has fun, and then checks her back in.
What? That's got to be some sort of abuse.
No, I think maybe in 47 of the 50 states it's illegal. Earl, you banged a mental patient. That makes you really hardcore right now.
Was it the chief from Cuckoo's Nest?
No, it wasn't the chief.
And he got her drunk, too. I mean, she's probably on meds.
No, it was just a long week.
Was it awful after the good part?
Oh, yeah. It was really awful. Things are cool now, but it was...
Why don't you take her to the zoo?
There was like that 48-hour period of just pure awful.
Sure. When your dick isn't hard and she's a mental patient. That's the fucking bad part of it. And I mean, I think I've done some, awful things. Mental patient? That's not even on my resume. Not a standing mental patient.
Sure.
Not like checked out. And did you have to help her check out, Earl?
Yeah.
Then you had to act like, well, she's going to be with me?
Yeah, I was the middle guy.
With the middle guy. It's called a guardian, and guardians aren't supposed to have sex with their patients or with their people they're chaperoning.
Girl interrupted during sex.
Jesus Christ.
All right, Dave, you think you have an idea, you write it down, and I'll give you a yes or no.
Okay.
Don't you fucking dare say it on the air, though.
Earl, was she out of the straitjacket when you had sex?
Yes, she was.
That's safe sex for Earl. Fucking making sure her claws,
She can't get to a sharp object.
You are wrong.
Ah, shit.
You are 100% wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Ron. Ron, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy? We got you, Ron?
Hey, Ron, how you doing?
Good, Bob.
Good. Listen, I got a sister up in Fairfield Hills in Connecticut.
Yeah.
I go up every weekend, take her out, take her for a walk, take her for ice cream. I could sure use a break if Earl's interested.
Here's... The thing is, you can't trust Earl. He's like one of those black orderlies who you think is taking care of the mental patient, and then all of a sudden they have fucking black babies. This is a white girl too, right, Earl?
Part, yes.
Part?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea that was a part.
Yeah, I didn't
Me
either.
neither.
Until she told me.
Oh, you can't listen to her. I seen her before. She's white. She fucking in her mind right now. She thinks she's
Wait a
black.
sec, Fez knows? I knew that Ron knew, but Fez knows?
She's telling him she's Joan of Arc.
Here's what happened. Remember after it was a just Ron thing?
Yeah.
Then he fucking follows Fez down last week, blabs to him. He can't wait to blab this story to everybody, but it's one at a time.
No, it was just something that, because Dave kept prodding me about it, and Fez
I just want to know, though. This is good news.
And Fez was like, you know what, I respect you too much of that, I'm not going to ask. He took the total high road, and I went, you know what, I respect you so much
That's
that I will
called
tell you.
reverse psychology. You fell for it, you dummy.
Do you think Fez gives a fuck what mental patient? First of all, the last thing Fez wants to do is end up in court on this deal.
If you truly don't want to know, Fez wouldn't say anything to him. You don't say to Earl, I truly don't want to know, so don't tell me. That's the oldest reverse psychology thing I've ever heard of, Earl.
Well, it worked.
No, the funny part was Fez was completely sincere. He didn't want to know. He really didn't.
Who wants to? This is a sick fucking twisted thing that you did.
I don't know. I don't want to know about any animals or children you're doing either, Earl.
Here's the thing. When you hear the term fucking nuts, you don't mean that person is fucking a nut. Right now, Earl, you're fucking nuts for real. A mental patient who was on a 3-day furlough, supposedly to see the big city. Earl takes him over to that fucking Queen Studio apartment, does God knows what.
It's like doing Hinckley.
Bellevue is like Studio 54 for Earl. He's a sick bastard, is what I'm trying to say.
You're Scatman Crothers right now. Remember when Scatman was like, oh yeah, let's take a look at it in Cuckoo's Nest. And that was the first time you've been laid in how long, Earl?
6 months.
All right, use that in court if it comes up.
That you as well were crazy.
Here's Mark. Mark, you're on Fez.
What's up there, buddy boys?
Yeah.
This works out great for Earl. This way he could tell this fucking nut that there's baby dinosaurs on Noah's Ark. He should believe him 100%.
Really, Earl? Earl, when you go pick her up, don't bring up the baby dinosaurs on Noah's Ark.
Hey, like I said, it was just maybe the weirdest week of my
Where did you
life.
take her out? I mean, what was the date like? Could you at least tell me that? I know you don't want to tell me anything.
He dick slapped her for fucking 24 hours, and the next 48 he's still wondering how to get out of there.
In his apartment? By all the
Yes.
BRC CDs that he's got lying around?
Can I tell you something? After being in a fucking padded room, that place looks like the Four Seasons.
I'm trying to think of where he would have taken her out to eat where they don't have knives. Some sort of gelati stand.
I mean, it was the whole week was just such a blur. I can't even remember what we did. Or, well, I know what we did, but...
Sick fuck. You're sick. Seriously, you're a fucking sick, perverted bastard. I had no idea. You're a twisted... I'm not saying retard fucker, because that's not the right term. I don't know if there is a term for what you've done. Do you use a little tiny bat on her and bring your friends over to take pictures? Because you're going to end up in the fucking papers, Earl.
It just happened. What can I
It
say?
just happened. You had to go into a hospital and sign paper.
This is going to end up with like one of those 60 Minutes reports, and she's all in darkness. Well, all I remember is Earl started to slap me with a big black dick. The medication was taken away from me until I sucked his big black dick.
God, I don't want to think about that.
It's fucking, this shit happens.
That's hardcore.
This is like when the Kobe Bryant girl, they tried to paint her as crazy.
It's always sick too, like imagining your friends or whatever having sex, and right now with Earl, just envisioning him banging a chick. is pretty disgusting.
She's still got the fucking scars on her head from the shock treatment. There's like little burn marks.
At that time, he told me I'd feel better if he licked my ass pipe.
Oh, you're a sick fucker. You're a sick bastard. Terry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I was
Yeah.
just wondering, is Earl going to start doing movie reviews now that he's poking Gail?
That was it, wasn't it?
No, it was not that.
Let's get her and Gail O in the same time.
Now you can double date.
So you actually had to take her back to the Nut Hut?
Yeah.
Freshly fucked?
Oh, yeah. But no, it wasn't it was more of a hospital than a...
Mental hospital.
No.
There's a fucking mental wing you said that she was on, right? I mean, it's not like she had the flu or strep throat. Don't hide your fucking face from us.
It was a facility.
At that point, after he was done raping me, he took me back.
Have you heard from him since?
He sent a used condom in the mail.
You sick fucker, Earl.
They're going to do semen tests at that hospital, too. I don't blame him one iota. He's a fucking... This is bored. This really... He should be convicted
Can
by
I
this.
tell you something? I'm sure we could look at your chick and put her in the same fucking position. I mean, there's got to be something wrong with her to be with you.
She's got a clear bill of health, mentally and physically.
I don't know.
does.
You know, the first fucking thing you know if you're crazy if you're fucking dating Dave. I'm telling you right now, it would be easy enough for her parents to have her committed. Here's Glenn. Glenn, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, buddy boys. I wanted to ask Earl, did you have to get a Native American to throw something out a window to check her out?
No.
Medication time. Medication time. Do we have any of those songs from that movie? Ching. Remember that little weird thing that used to play in the background?
I don't think we have any of that.
Why wouldn't we? I thought we had every album ever done.
Look under romance tunes, Earl.
Here's Teddy. Teddy, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey guys, Terry stole my thunder about Galo Love Connection, but I think Earl really should consider helping Paul O out. And
You're right. You should have just hung up when you saw the premise taken from you. Hey, Ryan, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Earl, I got a couple questions. How did you handle the Who's on First routine? And then how was the trip to Vegas?
He's doing Rain Man jokes at you, fuck.
I know, it's just, okay, it was funny. I'm laughing.
Did you guys get suits that look like each other? Medication time. Medication time, gentlemen. I think that Earl's actually proud of this.
Oh, yeah, he just sees it as he got laid. You know, that's one for the record books there.
Oh, it does go in the books. You can't take that out of the books. He does move past Dave now. Well, what's that? Yes.
None of my patients, none of my partners were, that was a slip, were mentally impaired.
You know what? We need a new producer. It's not going to work out anymore. Doesn't work out with Dave. Let's bring in our brand new producer. It's time we made the move. It was, let's face it, Fez, the best days of the Ron and Fez show. The fabulous Al Dukes. Al Dukes.
Hey, fabulous.
Hi, how are you?
We are good, thank you.
How you doing, Albert?
I'm doing very well.
So what are you doing now? You're over...
Oh, yeah, I'm doing a lot of, management things over at Free FM.
Free FM
Yeah.
with O&A?
Yeah, I moved up into the management.
Off the dump button into management?
Yeah, well, from producing this show over at NEW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you were back on the dump button, though.
Yeah, I've decided I wanted to do that just to be more in control.
Did you know that he was running the dump button for O&A?
No, I didn't.
I thought that's why you fucking went in the opposite direction. I thought the point was, I know what he's doing, so I'll say the opposite. So you're up what time in the morning with O&A?
Oh, I get up at my house in Jersey at 3 a.m.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why?
It's a long commute.
What time you get out of there?
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
And then you're back in Jersey by what, 6? 3 hour fucking drive each way?
By 4, I'm definitely in there. Well, no, not by 4. by 5:36.
I can't imagine. That's way too early.
Yeah.
When I used to do the morning show, I used to wake up 5 minutes to 6. It was fucking 2 songs. I'm in there. 2 fucking songs before I could show up. One of them would be by Yes, just to really stretch it out a little bit. What time did you used to get up when we did mornings, Fez?
I always got up at 3:30.
Yeah. I don't understand that.
And it's always the same type of people on my train. It's like the construction workers, nurses, and then me.
Yeah, people that are really doing something for life. I don't get the whole point of morning radio. It's too damn early.
It's the worst feeling in the world to wake up, see that it's 10 after 4 a.m., and you've overslept. The sun hasn't overslept yet. The sun's not out, and yet somehow you've already overslept.
It's unnatural to get up before the sun. That is a sickness. No one did this in history. Farmers would wake up with the sun. The rooster, they would go out and start. And then we get fucking alarm clocks, and some asshole kept setting it earlier and earlier and screwed everything up for everybody.
Well, that and you're always panicked. Like, I always wake up every, half hour that I'm going to miss the alarm. And then the alarm's going to go off, and I'm going to hear Opie and Anthony's voices, and no one's sitting back there.
Now, what is wrong with that company to go, let's take the guy who didn't hit the dump button the first time, put him back on the dump button, and wait for this thing to blow up on the launch pad again?
Well, really, on paper, I didn't do anything wrong that day. Back in the day.
I have it on paper. New York Post, New York Daily News, USA Today.
USA Today did this?
I think they covered it.
None of their fucking business. This is a local matter.
I even heard an audio of Sean Hannity going, well, where was the dump button, guy?
But you're back there. No one sees that as ironic, at least?
I don't think a lot of people really were in on that. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like everyone's paying close attention. So how's the radio station? O&A doing well?
O&A.
Yeah.
Goes into JV and Elvis.
Uh-huh.
They're really good.
Now, you love JV, hate Elvis? Is that how it works? Or you?
I love both of them.
Oh, really?
But I'm not sure JV likes me too much.
What happened there?
I don't know. I think I rubbed him the wrong way.
Well, I haven't heard their show. JV is not a name that you want when you're a fucking pro, though. It's not the kind of nickname that you want for yourself.
You want to go with varsity.
Yeah, you want to be varsity boy.
Well, I think CBS made them take that name. Like, they were the Doghouse, which they're now allowed to be called again.
Oh, at first, we can't have something called the Doghouse?
Yeah, it was going to, they were like that.
People think there's dogs in here?
Well, just not professional.
It's Randy Jackson.
So now they're back to the Doghouse.
Now they're back, so that's much better.
All right, so we go from O&A to J&V and Elvis.
JV and Elvis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go into what?
The Kramer Show, the Mad Money guy.
Yeah, I know Kramer. He used to live across the street from Seinfeld, would come over at the most inopportune times.
No, this is the guy from CNBC or MSNBC.
So he's doing money talk.
He does, a lot about what you should buy stock-wise and stuff.
He was on with us at D.C. for a while. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, they had him on late.
Yeah, we got him right at your lunchtime so you could check your stocks.
Now, whatever you don't have stocks, go find some rock.
Well, I don't have any stocks.
Right.
Really? That portfolio isn't just completely built by now?
I noticed this. You're getting stockier since the last time I saw you, though. So that's great news.
Just eating in the dump room.
All right, so then we go to Kramer Money Talk.
All right.
Yeah. And then what?
The Money House. He's allowed to be called now.
Yeah, then Penn from Penn and Teller does a 1-hour show.
What about Teller? Why can't he be in there?
Well, it's not a magician type show. It is just
I think they're making a huge mistake with that.
I do too. Radio magic.
By going in a different direction.
So where's Teller when Penn's doing this?
I guess
Why doesn't he run the board? He could just fucking run the board, play some background music.
Well, I think, just prepares the Vegas show that they do at night.
So Penn is on his own. What kind of show is that? A lot of magic topics?
No, not at all, actually. It's a lot of, amendment topics, that sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
And, news of the day.
How do you like him?
I like him, although it's only an hour.
Okay, so everybody's an hour after O&A. Everybody gets an hour.
No, JV and Elvis are on 4 hours.
Oh,
okay.
4 hours. It's a marathon show.
Yeah.
All right, so there's JV and Elvis bringing you a lot of different Doghouse topics. Guy talk.
Yeah, guy talk, pop culture.
JV doesn't like you.
I just think I rubbed them the wrong way at some point.
Ew.
It may be when you interact with people. That's what they hate.
No, I really can't recall an incident. I just don't think he likes my attitude.
Well, Opie doesn't like you, right?
But I think we patched that up. I think that's fine.
Give me 5 minutes with him, and I will go over everything, piece by piece by piece, until he remembers. All right, so O&A, rocking hard, initial trends, gigantic.
Oh, huge.
You finally, you crawled back and did the right fucking thing.
Right.
JV and Elvis, good show.
Good show.
Solid show. You're
Very
happy
funny.
with them.
Mm-hmm.
Kramer's Money Talk.
Yeah.
It's a little shaky.
Well,
You're wondering, what are we doing?
You would think, but at lunchtime, I think people do check their stocks and want to know, like Fez was saying, the portfolio.
But just yours?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I don't have one.
Yeah, you don't have one. Then we go into Let's Talk Amendments with Penn.
I think there should be amendments about checking your stocks at noon.
By the way, I got an idea for you, too, for little tchotchkes, little swag. Pens. So you're a big pen winner. And then everybody can get a pen signed by Penn.
Okay.
And then it would be the actual name. Use the pen that he signs with, like they do with the president.
Yeah. Now, with the amendment talk, I can understand 27 different shows you could get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
What happens afterwards?
No, like he'll also look for the hypocrisy and everything.
Sure.
Oh.
This is bullshit, as his TV show says, right? Does he go like this a lot during the show? Right, Teller?
No,
Tell him to do that. I think the people would fucking roll.
They would love it if they thought Teller was in there with them.
I think he is. I think he's running the board.
He does have a hard time promoting his Showtime show, so he'll go like this. You can see that on Bowls. Hit like that.
Good. That's good. I love it. You know what? Sticking to the man. Showing the man. You know what? You can take the words away from us, but it means nothing.
He made the S disappear.
Because things are even worse in terms of what you can say on the air since we've been on terrestrial radio.
Yes. It's changed quite a lot.
I don't know whether you heard this show, but I'll never be able to go back now. I curse a little more than I
People
thought.
have discussed that, and in fact, sometimes in the office we'll put it on online and just listen that every about third word is the F word.
But see, you know me enough to know that's the way that I talk.
Right.
I fucking have no education. You have a master's degree.
Yeah, master's degree in radio.
I was a shop major, so it's a whole different deal. And you got a master's degree.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. Thanks for getting all that water for me, too. And I'm glad it worked out well. My parents kept their money. All right, so then we leave the Penn Amendment show, and you go into what? You get another 1 hour show?
No, it's a 4 hour, the Radio Chick show.
Oh, Radio Chick.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's from 3 to 7.
Mm-hmm. And then what do we have?
And then at 7 o'clock, sometimes we go to free rock nights.
Free rock, as opposed to rock you pay for.
Makes sense. Since no one else is charging for it.
Right, that'll be kind of
on terrestrial.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have that on, and we also do the free rock weekends as well.
I had no idea. And then you're testing people out all the time over there.
Always looking for new talent in radio.
New?
But it seems like you never hire.
No, sometimes like JV and Elvis we hired, they were...
they had to be tested out too?
No, they were doing a show on our Free FM station in San Francisco.
But I mean the Friday night or tryouts or whatever you do at night, I've heard about 60 shows go by there, people tell me, and nobody's, they're all terrible? Is that the point, or what's
Well, sometimes the chemistry just isn't right. They're not terrible people, but sometimes the chemistry just...
They're not killing dogs or anything.
No, Penn.
Oh.
Sure. That's to show the man.
Like you and...
That's bull.
Yeah.
Hit.
Like you and Fez have you've been together for a long time. You have a certain chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear that on the radio.
Right.
Opie and Anthony, Ron and Fez. You know, JV and Elvis have been together a while. The chick and her ensemble.
But here's the thing. Penn and Teller have been together longer than any of us, and yet you act like they have no chemistry, and you only want Penn.
Well, I guess Penn just wanted to do like a solo show.
Wow, that must have hurt Teller. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I want to do a solo show.
I can hear you.
Because my partner doesn't talk.
I'm right in here. I'm talking right now.
But there's huge things where it seems like you go away.
I don't, at this point, I don't think you could do that.
Okay. So all the people, it's like you're forcing them together, and they have no chemistry.
Well, we just find. Well, I think you can't force chemistry. So you put two talented people together and hope that sometimes there's sparks.
You guys have no idea how to run radio, do you? After all these years, there's no one in that company who knows how to make a radio show.
Now, you'll hear, though, like, teams in the past that got together. They're like, well, one guy was doing a night show, and his friend, like how Opie and Anthony got started. Anthony was...
So you're hoping that happens again?
You try to find a spark.
No, but you act like that was a mistake, rather than Opie went, I've found this guy, and he's great, and I'm going to get together with him.
Instead, you're checking
That's the same way I met Fez. I went, this fucking kid is really different and funny, and, let's do something together. And, he came and worked on my radio show. Creative people go, this is how it's done. Not, I'm going to have two strangers stand alone in the studio and hope something happens.
He's going to all the insulation companies looking for someone to team up with a DJ, thinking O&A will happen all over again.
Insulation?
When Anthony used to snip tin.
No, but sometimes I think you can find teams that way. It's not... Look, you might have to go through a lot of different tryouts, because it is difficult to find a marriage there that would work.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're fucking literally just... No,
a lot of times, like, I'll listen, I'll go, you know what, there is something there.
But I can't work with it. I can't bring it out.
Well, then I would find a...
When you pair two...
You would find what? Tell me. I want to know what you're doing.
I was going to say I would find a good producer for them, but I guess that's what I'm supposed to do.
Exactly. No, there are no such things as good producers.
Yeah, I think we chase them away in the industry.
Yeah, they're just terrible. We have all terrible producers now.
Now I hear everybody talking great things about Earl.
Yeah, Earl has turned it around. You know why?
Why?
After all these years, he's had a show to work with.
But what does he do exactly? Like, when I ask people that, they go, well, he picks that song at the start of the show.
Yeah, he does that, and then he takes a nap.
I don't nap. I run the show in here.
And then he puts away the bathroom key because everybody is depending on him. By the way, Fez, have you seen the new video from the Black Girl song?
I haven't checked this out yet.
It was sent to you.
Oh. I didn't check my mail on vacation.
A friend of Photoshop Mike, so his name is Mark something, right?
Yeah, I thought it was Photoshop Mike, but
No, Photoshop Mike just makes fun of Fez. This Mark guy put together this video. And it's on YouTube. Figure out how you can get to see it, Dave. Figure out what you have to, write in there at YouTube. So this is it. They're producing now. They produce on the fly.
I see. That's how radio is a lot.
Would you ever think about stealing Earl from us?
No, I think you guys have a good chemistry. That important chemistry I was talking about.
I'm willing right now to make a trade. Earl for a bag of donuts.
Ooh. Jelly?
Could be plain.
I don't want to drive too hard out of a bargain.
Yeah, I don't want to drive him out of here.
I'm worth more than a bag of donuts.
Yeah, I think you guys were working terrific together.
Here's Kenny. You're on Run Fez.
Howdy, fellas.
Yeah.
Can we get Al to start drinking already? Let's stop the nonsense and get a bottle in his mouth.
Yeah, you never seem like you drink on the air anymore, huh?
Well, that was the old days. I'm more management
Reformed?
doesn't do that.
Management.
No one in management drinks at work.
Yeah, at work, maybe. And you know what? I can tell you one sales manager who I guarantee has a flask in that desk. Dave, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, what's going on? I wanted to tell Al Dukes I love his brother David, first of all. Second of all, you're a boring dreck, you fucking rookie. Hey, check it out. First of all, you cost O&A their job the first time, and now you get nuts and you dump out of everything. What the hell's going on?
Well, it's a different climate in the radio industry these days.
A different climate how?
Well, it's just more people, they up the fines and all that stuff, so you do have to be careful.
I did see that people are afraid now, CBS stations are afraid to run the 9/11 documentary because the fuck word, I almost said F word like a fucking pussy, the word fuck is in it. God forbid, the fact buildings have fallen with people inside. We are more concerned in this country about curse words.
Yeah, because you can't take a chance. Otherwise, that will be an expensive broadcast for somebody, because if they're counting each word...
Take your thumb off that button, man. Let it swing, bro. Put it out there.
But why not just bleep it? It would have been they're just as effective. You know something crazy's going on when you hear the beep.
All right, so O&A did Letterman the other night.
Yeah.
Your management. You went over with him. You sat in the green room.
No.
Chilled him. Said, this is going to go. We went in and talked to Dave's people. Look, I want you to take care of my boys.
Well, I was mentioning earlier, I get up at 3, so I just went home that night.
Yeah.
And then when I got up, I had watched the recording from the night before at 3.
So you didn't even watch it live?
No, I did tape it, though.
Wow. He really does care about his guys.
You are management.
Did you watch The Boys live?
Good. Yeah, I watched it live.
I got news for you, and this is a true story. I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for it to come on, I'm sitting with my chick. The nerves start to hit me, the closer and closer. Finally, I just hop up, because I'm a fucking nervous wreck. I yell at my chick, I can't watch this. TiVo it for me. Tell me if it's good. I run out of the fucking house. I'm just totally fucking freaked out. I'm sitting out there gnawing on a cigar. I get some dry heaves. I go, fuck it, no, I gotta watch it. I could only watch it from the door at first. Like, I was so freaked out, I felt almost claustrophobic. And then by the time they started killing, I was able to sit down and enjoy it. I was as nervous. I have no idea why I got that nervous. It's a big deal to be on Letterman.
It kept building up, too, because when Letterman was done with Julianne Moore, he went to commercials and then did that thing where he comes back for just a second and then another huge bank of commercials.
Well, I saw the thing with Aunt's chick, too, when you saw her out front.
Right.
They were handing out money. So I'm now like, oh, God, I'm so nervous. I'm so fucking nervous. Then Paul Schaefer, you little prick, he starts playing Shock the Monkey like a wise ass. Can we get off the shock jock thing for 5 seconds? But they killed. They did great. But it was really nerve-wracking. You didn't feel any nerves at all because you feel no connection.
No, I was very
with the
nervous.
team itself.
No, I felt very nervous.
So nervous you could barely TiVo it. And tucked yourself into bed.
I've never had a mistake on the TiVo. So I knew I was getting it.
Here is Darren. You're on Fez.
For the previous caller, that guy, Al Dukes, is not a rookie. He just sucks that bad. But I wanted to ask Ron if you had any special girls that Al might want to make out with blindfolded.
All right, let's not even bring that up. That was something that happened years ago when Al was our producer. He got drunk on the show.
Blacked out.
He says, what if I get blindfolded, make out with a guy? Is that good radio?
No, I was supposed to make out with a girl, and then you guys blindfolded me.
Right.
Brought a guy in.
And you made out with a guy. And then told everybody it was fantastic.
That I did.
Then later...
I thought you were blacked out.
Ran out, destroyed fucking Anthony's foosball table, laid in Cowhead's arms, and cried to Sweet Melissa. It was a fucking terrible night all the way around.
Yeah, that was not one of my better nights.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah. Boy, we had some ugly shows over at WNEW.
We really did.
Just some really, particularly the Friday night shows, were as brutal as they can possibly get. I don't think you'd be able to run those shows anymore.
No.
They're off the air.
They're
all done. Yeah. And no one was even thinking at that time that we were on the edge. They're like, oh, Ron and Fez, we can trust them. That's how much you could get away with just a few years ago.
Yeah, that was just, we'll have some drinks on the air, everything will be nice.
I remember the biggest trouble we ever got into with the program director over there was a Monday night game where the Bucks were playing the Rams, I believe, and we were all Tampa fans. So we saved up the commercials and just sort of ran them all in a row near the end of the show so we could leave early.
Yeah, don't fuck with the money. That's the big problem.
Yeah, that was the problem the next day.
I remember we did that to Jeremy. For one reason, we got you drunk and had you write a bad letter to the program director and shove it under his door. Then as you sober up, you're trying to get under the door with a ruler to get the letter back.
It said something that he was thin and British.
Yeah,
like that.
Something tiny, too, I think. Short or tiny or something like that went into it.
Now, do you ever see him anymore? He's right down the street.
I have not seen him in quite some time.
He takes us out to lunch all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think he doesn't like me, honestly.
Does anyone in the business like you? I mean, and when I say the business, I'm talking about the entire industry of broadcasting.
Yeah, I think.
TV, radio, film. Let's throw print media in. Who likes you?
Well, like in radio, the current staff at 92.3 Free FM likes me.
Is that right?
Yeah, like Mark Chernoff, Tom Chisano.
And what's your stroke with those guys?
What's my stroke?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Are you the go-to guy? Do you have a lot of pull?
Oh, yeah. Lots of pull. I'm the guy to go to help them get stuff done.
I can't imagine it.
Oh, yeah.
You're the trigger man over there.
Mainly people...
If you went in there...
Mainly people come to me, and then I'll go, well, let me ask Tom. Or let me ask Mark. It goes like that.
When are you going to have your own station?
I hope sometime in the future. I'm really learning a lot over there now under the current management.
Yeah, you learned a lot. Get rid of Roth, get O&A. That's not a fucking brilliant thing.
Yeah, I was definitely said to take that off.
Every listener could have said that. Well, you worked with Roth, right?
I did.
You know, we had him booked in here, what was it, 10 weeks ago, Earl?
Yeah, it was about 10 weeks ago.
Yeah, it wasn't too long after he got off. So we're like, he's coming in or whatever, and I just plan on Al Duke and him. I'm like, I was going to make him tell Al Duke stories, and then I guess at the last moment, his people figured out XM, that's O&A's thing. Maybe, this is a setup, which it wasn't. I was just going to, go over mainly bust your balls for an hour. I was hoping to hear any kind of bad Al stories and throw in better. And he fucking backed out. He didn't do it. It's probably smartly enough. Here is Tom. Tom, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, any chance we can hear the great Al Duke's theme song, Big Gay Heart?
Do you have any of that, Earl?
We're looking for it now. We can't seem to find it.
By looking for it, you mean you trying to get a hold of Mikey Boy?
No. We looked in here, and we're looking in the CD booklet.
Well, who would have put it in those places?
I would have.
So do you know if you put it in there or not?
No, I was checking the main binder where we have all our old CDs.
Would you have put it in there?
Yes.
Where would you have gotten it from?
I would have gotten it from a CD.
Do you understand what the logic is here, Fez?
Yes, that if you organized it, Earl, and put everything away where it should be, you would know where to find it.
So you know that you didn't put it in there?
Well, we had it in the binder, and I thought it was in the binder, but...
We never had that. Al hasn't been with us for years. You would have need to call who? Somebody who cares about this show. Who was who?
Mikey Boy.
Right. Who has an interest in the show. Who doesn't look into binders, but actually has his own filing fucking system. Here's Phil. Phil, you're on Run Fez.
Ron, I'm fucking starving, dude. I heard you were talking about lunch earlier. Do you got any lunch there for me? I could come get up.
Right now, all I say is a really brown banana and a really green one.
Oh, I just want to say, Al sounds like the perfect radio management guy. Just empty suit, no personality, nothing rolling around up there in his dome,
All right, perfect guy. Not bad at all, Al.
Thank you.
Yeah. Al's also the person who got rid of CBS Oldies. He was all part of that. What was the thing there? You don't like DJs?
I'm not sure DJs really add anything. I mean, we know that's the Beatles. Right. Sgt. Pepper. Yes, thank you. It's the Beatles off the Sgt. Pepper album.
Right.
We're aware of that.
Why do you have any interest at all in radio then, if you hate the people?
Well, I love talk radio.
Oh, okay.
It's my specialty.
As long as we don't introduce a song, he likes us.
Right.
I remember Earl was furious with you for putting down Scott Muni years ago.
Yeah, I do remember having those arguments. It's just, when anything in particular, classic rock, we know the songs. If it's new, like a Z100, and they want to tell you that that's the new Christina Aguilera, perfect. Right. I'd like to know that myself. But these, you mentioned Yes earlier, Roundabout. Yes, I'm very familiar with Roundabout.
But maybe not everyone is. Earl, you have the Black Rock thing. You still trying to get that on CBS?
Yeah, I would love to get it on CBS or anywhere for that matter. I mean, but yeah, I would definitely love to do the show.
We ran that recently during one of the O&A when O&A went on vacation.
By the way, people emailed me and said that our best ofs while we were on vacation were all from the past 2 to 3 weeks. So Earl went and grabbed things that everyone had just heard recently.
Now, when I talked to Earl, I was told that was not going to happen whatsoever.
No, I said it would be from the last 2-3 months.
Why?
That's what I said.
Why not from last year?
No, because one of the things that we got complaints about was when we did run some of the older stuff that we run it too much.
Yeah, I heard one. Actually, I caught a replay on Saturday, and it was you guys talking about what you did after the 4th of July. I mean, it's really not even a month.
Very, very current. That's where most of the time he would just do stuff from earlier in that show. He would replay that because people love it. Vin, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Vin.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
I just want to know, Earl, how are you doing with this since you beat him in the big night of fights, and here's Al Dukes back on the show?
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was banned.
Well, that isn't what got him banned. It was when you lost to Rory.
Yeah.
Al used to box for us. You went 0-3?
0-3.
Yeah.
Although the one time, it was my first time boxing.
Yeah,
right. The second time, when I boxed Earl, I had the flu.
Yeah.
The third time, I went 7 rounds.
And you almost won. That was the scary part. Because you were supposed to count the lights. And then you had too much pride and started beating Rory's ass. And we're all going, uh-oh. I don't know, Rory.
This doesn't look good.
Yeah, not for Rory anyway. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez. Say hi to the fabulous Al Dukes.
Hey, Al, back at WNEW, you used to say that you didn't like booking guests because you thought guests brought them to the show.
Right. I still
so you don't like guests, you don't like music, you don't like DJs, and then you wonder why people in the industry don't like you?
Well, I think, what Ron and Fez do, what Opie and Anthony do is great. No guests, we're here to listen to you guys, to Ron and Fez, and the comedy that goes on with that. And, like, the staff stuff, I love that, like, all the stuff about Dave and Earl.
Yeah.
That's
you
what
were telling me
people like.
before that you're a big Dave fan. You think
I do
Dave's
like Dave.
very good for the show.
Very funny.
You are the first person of any management who's ever said that. Normally, if XM calls us, it's like, are you serious about Dave? Are you serious about Earl? Because we don't hear from either one of those guys. You think they're both good for the show?
Yeah, Dave in particular. In fact, I interviewed Dave hoping to get him over at Free FM, but you guys hired him before I could offer any positions.
It was very weird when Dave came in here. Sirius was offering him a job. You're lying now and saying that you were offering him a job. And then somebody else, I think Philly, like YSP, had offered him something. So this retard suddenly was hot for no apparent reason.
I think it was just that we had something in common. I always could talk to him about the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah. Now, here's what I love about this. You don't like guests on the show. Here you are, a guest on the show, literally taking away from Ron and Fez.
And loving it.
Yeah.
That's true. Good
so
point.
You hate when O&A book guests?
Well, I think they do it differently because they...
Why don't you dump out? The whole time they're talking to a guest, you just sit there and dump out.
No, here's what I like about their guests. It's still all about them when the guest is on, which is funny. Like, they had... one of the first guests they had on at the CBS show, they had Ed Norton on the phone.
Right.
And that was mainly Ed Norton listening to Colin and Jim Norton make fun of each other the whole time. He just happened to be on there in the background.
I see. So you like when they don't pay attention to guests.
Yeah.
Or they treat guests rudely.
Not rudely, but just not all high and mighty.
I see.
You know.
I'm digging this. Now I'm getting some of his management philosophy, Fez.
Yeah, we heard chemistry a lot earlier. So you don't care for guests because you also don't care for DJs, and there would be no one in there to interview a guest. That's probably got to be part of your philosophy.
No, I'm talking like with talk shows, yeah.
Yeah, I got you there, buddy. So what you want is the guys that come on the show, no preparation, no guests, just run with it. Basically, just rattling on.
Like improv.
I see. Yeah, because what could be easier? What could be easier than just from coming up with shit all day? Wade, you're on the Fez.
Hey, fellows, welcome back.
Yeah.
I had a question for Mr. Dukes. Do you have any knowledge or affiliation with the regular guys in Atlanta?
I'm not familiar with them.
Okay, they are on a Clear Channel station. Does CBS have anything to do with that?
Not with Clear Channel. Our agent also has the regular guys, I think, right?
Yeah, he does. He represents them.
Need to get them off the radio. They're awful.
Well, that's no one's fault. That has nothing to do with him. It's a whole different deal. Our agent right now represents the entire phone book. So there's no one that he doesn't represent.
Yeah. Al, I'm sure he would represent you if you wanted to.
Yeah, I wish I had made that connection with him back when I was on this show.
Here's Rob D. You're on Run and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Al, question for you, and Ron Fez, see if this sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Al, would you consider hiring Ron and Fez to do afternoon drive time on Free FM, then 1 week later bump them up to middays, then go to replays of Ron and Fez for afternoon drive? I think it really worked beautifully in NEW.
Oh, yeah, were you running the show there for a while when it was just us left at NEW?
Yes, I was there.
Were you the manager then, or
no?
You were
I was just kind of
hanging around,
walking the halls.
Oh yeah, what's his name came up and became manager, right? The guy who ended up going to Detroit.
Oh, Craig Schwab.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy fucking days. 3 times they moved us to mornings and then found out we weren't allowed. You guys are on mornings tomorrow. We're like, okay, fine.
Better get to sleep.
Just got a call. Yeah. Better not to have you come in mornings. You like D.C.? Think you like to go to D.C. for a while? Hey, Jersey Rob, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, I'm the one that beat up Billy Staples in the Big Ass Night of Fight, too.
Oh, when we got the immediate bell, when the bell went off too early.
Yeah, that was a bunch of bull.
Yeah, I was furious.
And Staples was spread eagle on the canvas of the ring.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to see, I noticed Al Dukes has a page on Wikipedia, and I was seeing who he had to blow to get on there.
He has fans. Al Dukes has a lot of fans. Out of everybody that we've ever used to produce the show, more people will ask us about Al Dukes than anyone. You're the man they love to hate.
That's true. Every show has that occasionally.
Yeah.
The one you love to hate.
And as you move up in the business, that's a good thing to be, too. And it never bothers you when the shows hate you. Like, you're like, I think JV hates me. It doesn't bother you, does it?
Well, because I'm not sure why. Like, if I knew why, like, if I was mean to somebody, then I would say, oh, okay, yeah, there. And then I understand.
Something about you.
Did you ever feel the hate was unwarranted? Because you see, you know, you're a nice guy. You don't try to draw hate.
I don't think he's a nice guy. I think he's an annoying guy. And I think he's everything I hate about America is Al Dukes.
I think more misunderstood.
Yeah.
Probably.
Jay, you're on Run and Fez.
Hello.
Yeah, buddy, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Al if he knew anything about Booker's move to Philly. If that had anything to do with O&A coming on to CBS, or what was up with that?
All right, people are actually asking radio questions of Al Dukes. Booker, you did the show with him.
Yeah, I love Booker.
For a while. Well, that's great now that he's O&A's competitor. You did the show with him for a while. When it was K-Rock.
Right.
And you guys were doing well, right? And it was a nice gig for you.
Yeah, it was a lot easier when you only had to, talk a few minutes in between records.
But don't you hate DJs?
You're right, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Why?
Well, because I feel like sometimes, you're either there to hear the music or you're there to hear to talk, so you're annoying.
Now, here's what I was wondering.
People.
Were you getting paid like an air personpersonality then, or still like a producer?
No. Still like a
because
producer.
You had some heat with that show. People were bringing up all the time, and they would say, and because we were, they're going, believe it or not, Al is killing on this show. And I go, what is he doing? They go, same stuff he did with you guys. And I go, I thought you hated that.
No, I enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun. It was a lot easier doing it in between songs.
Yeah. Was it a lot of bumping heads with Booker on introducing the songs? Not wanting him to do it? Trying to get him to quit back selling?
He would actually just ease into it.
Nice.
He wouldn't really tell you what you were hearing.
Yeah.
Unless it was new. Like new Foo Fighters, then he would tell you.
That's none of your business. You should know that one. What's the name Booker about, though?
Well, I think his real name is Booger.
What? The Booger would be great. That's the fucking name to go on with.
That can't possibly be right.
Yeah. And then Steve Kingston, I think, gave him the name Booker.
Well, that's why Steve Kingston's making the big money.
Yep.
Booger, come in here. You're going to be Booker.
He said originally he wanted him to be Diesel.
Sure, why not? Diesel.
It worked for Kevin Nash.
And it's in, I think every fucking classic rock has a Diesel on the air right now. Speaking of classic rock, Fuzzy, Charlie Logan's got a new gig.
Yeah, Charlie Logan. He's programming a station in Las Vegas, classic rock station there. I think it's KKLV.
Do me a favor, get a hold of him.
Yes.
Ask him if he'd be interested in the Black Rock Coalition.
Oh.
It's rock by black guys. And they're a coalition.
I will check on that.
Yeah.
Vegas, baby, Earl.
First thing I would do if I was Charlie Logan is have a Supernova song, the brand new Supernova song. What do you think shows that rock is more dead? Supernova or the VMAs, the MTV Awards? Earl, you love the rock. Which one proves that it's just more dead?
VMAs, definitely. There was just no pop, no energy. It was all just... It was two-staged. You know what I mean?
You know what's weird? Like, there was no pop in the city. Remember, like, 5-6 years ago when the VMAs were being in town and everybody would be covering it? That night, I was eating over at Bar Americaine. I came out, me and my chick are walking down the street, and we go, what the hell? Oh, it's the VMAs. And it wasn't even packed outside.
I was walking up 6th Avenue, and usually they shut that thing down from, like, 42nd Street to 59th Street. This year, it was like, I think from like 2 blocks away from Radio City and 2 blocks after Radio. There was no pop on the show whatsoever. I was like, is the VMAs tonight? It was.
You know what? I don't even think made the news. So we're walking down the street. Somebody pulls up, like with this trailer. They open the trailer and start rapping, and it's Mos Def, the rapper, right? So everyone's like, it's Mos Def. And this had to, the show... It had to be like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, so the show had been on for a while. So we're going by and we're like, oh, that's Mos Def, because I know more as being an actor. He's actually a really good actor. All of a sudden I see a cop up there, fucking grabs him, pulls him off, and arrests him. He wasn't even supposed to be there. He just rode up, starts rapping, and then like people were booing and getting pissed because they see Mos Def getting arrested. Have you even heard about that, Earl?
Yeah, I heard about him getting arrested, but that's something I would have stuck on the air. You know what I mean? That's something that should be part of like a VMA.
But it's not like they care about Mos Def. I went back and tried to watch it, like when they reran it a couple days later, and it was just awful all the way through. There was nothing there.
You think with like, Jack Black, who's hosting, who's a really good host and a lot of high energy.
I don't know. Did you see it?
He brought nothing to the table. It was like they put the straitjacket on him creatively, because that should have been a lot funnier.
Why aren't you running that, Al Dukes?
I would love the opportunity.
Yeah. But then Supernova, the other thing that shows that rock's dead. I don't know, have you seen the show?
I watched a couple early episodes.
It's a super group, Supernova. They're putting together a super band, obviously, and they need a super singer, and it's all going to come together right now. And they're throwing the horns up and making this thing rock.
It's just awful. That would be my pick over the VMAs over what proves rock is dead.
You know the most uncomfortable thing about that is Tommy Lee has mentioned his pool how many times now? We'll go back to my pool. And finally I just yell out, a kid died in your pool. You got to stop talking about the pool.
You would think if that happened, you'd want to drain it and fill it in and never mention it
It'd be
again.
like OJ doing knife jokes or wife jokes, which is the same thing to him. The whole rock thing is just over, Earl. Maybe even black rock is done.
Yeah, I mean, and then like...
And hip-hop is done, too. Let's fucking face it. There's no excitement there anymore. It is dull.
Well, there's been very few exciting hip-hop performers anyway, because it's just guys running around and screaming into a microphone anyway. But when you have, like, the Killers close the show...
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
The Killers are closing the show, and they had no pop. It was just no...
The Killers aren't big enough to fucking close that show. There's no rock stars left. What's this band, the Disco, what are they?
A Panic at the Disco?
Panic at the Disco, or as I call them, Fancy Youngsters. They're just fancy youngsters. There should not be a petticoat on fucking stage and a rock show.
I mean, the only, like, anything resembling a real rock moment on that show was the Rancateurs. The one that was really cool when they brought out Lou Reed to do White Heat.
Yeah, and that was early on.
And that was like, and it was only like 2.5 minutes, and I was just like, I could have watched that all night, watching them jam out the Velvet tunes. But
you're right, they did one, and that was it. And I'm sure the kids didn't really care. I'm sure they have no idea who Lou Reed is.
Yeah, they're like, who's this old guy on stage? And I'm like, it's Lou fucking Reed.
Rock is dead. Let's face it. Al Dukes is right. No more DJs. Straight talk. We're going to do Money Matters into Penn's Amendment Theater. Christine, you're on Fez.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Yeah.
What I wanted to say is basically also to Al Dukes, I got an XM because Free FM started to kind of suck, and I'm in the car all day. So my suggestion, because I can't listen to them until, like, Penn comes on, I can listen to Penn and the radio chick. My suggestion is put Jackie Clark on with JV and Elvis to make it a little bit more tolerable. What do you think about that?
All right, it's interesting. We're taking Free FM ideas with Al Dukes, JV, Elvis, and Jackie Clark.
I like them all. I like JV and Elvis when it's them, too.
Yeah.
Occasionally, Jackie Clark will come in. She's hilarious also.
Yeah.
I think you can't go wrong either way. So I think this woman just didn't give... You know, a lot of times, and you guys know this, too, when you go into a new market, it takes a little while for the audience to...
8 minutes. Should take 8 minutes before they love you.
Well, no, got it down that close?
That's what Fez and I always give it ourselves. Within 8 minutes, we know you're going to hate us at first. Give us 8 minutes, and you'll be devoted to this show.
See, I've heard that you have to give it a much longer time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the kind of stuff you say to chicks. I know that felt awful, but believe me, it gets better and better. A lot of times I'll tell them next time I probably won't even put it in your ass. Knowing me the way I do, next time there's not going to be hitting, no biting, no butt fucking. What it's going to really be is love making next time.
I'm not sure.
Some
how to
spitting.
Respond.
You have a woman in your life, Al?
Yes, I do.
Is it steady?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, you're dating a woman with a kid now? Is that the way it works?
Yes.
How old's the kid?
2.
Boy or girl?
Boy.
The interesting thing here, Al, because this is weird because it's ready-made family, but you're at the age now, that's what you're going to get.
Right, I've gotten a little older.
Are you close enough where you've had the chance now to see the kid naked?
Well, I guess a child, takes a bath.
It's so uncomfortable.
Wow.
That is uncomfortable.
Way to go. You know how to work it out.
So you're actually sitting there going, I'm at the point now where I've been around long enough I can see the kid naked.
Well, I think children are just that, that's the way a child lives.
Oh, God. So it's all natural to you, is it, Al?
Just as God intended it.
Yeah.
Nothing weird about it.
Well,
do you give the child...
Unless you think Nambla's weird, and I do. Have you ever gotten in the tub with him?
No, that would definitely be crossing a line.
Oh, so you would actually cross it?
No, I'm saying I definitely would not do that.
How long have you been with the mom?
Like a year or so.
Wow. So ever fuck in front of the kid when he was sleeping?
I would say definitely not.
Wow.
Does that cross that line that you set up?
That would, yeah, definitely.
So when you see a kid, you immediately set up a line for yourself of what behavior you can and can't do.
I think with everything in life, like that's either right or wrong.
So did you have to say to the mother, look, trust me, I'm not going to try to blow this kid. You've got to trust me on this one. I set up a line.
No, so everything's
Go ahead, take his clothes off right now. I'll prove it. I got a line.
By the way, Earl, you need to learn about these lines in life. You uncomfortable bastard.
A lot of it just is natural. You know what lines are in life and what's normal and what's abnormal.
Never blow a kid.
And a lot of things you don't do. Yeah, but sure, that...
But you can't say specifically that that's one of your lines.
No, I wouldn't say it's one of my... Well, yeah.
Should be. That should be a line.
Do you physically draw a line in front of the crib just to remind yourself?
No, I think it's more of a saying, like, you got to draw the line somewhere.
Here's the saying.
It's pissing out a line.
Here's the saying, and I want you to understand this. Never blow a kid. I think that's... I shouldn't even have to bring that up. You are the responsible adult.
Yes, that goes without saying. You're correct.
Have you met the kid's father?
I've not.
He's gone?
No, he's in the picture.
But you're out of there anytime that... they're still married. They're still a family, and you're
Yikes!
Coming around at odd hours.
It was awkward, so...
Sure. Let me tell you something. If I had to meet the guy whose son I blew, I would be fucking freaked out. Freaked out. I wouldn't even be able to look him in the eye.
Which is why people don't do those sorts of odd, strange
Bring that
things.
up to him if you ever get to make the chance to meet the gentleman. Look, nothing's happened. Whatever this little fucking liar told you, he's out of his mind. So this is a big deal for you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You've never been married.
I've not, no.
You're in your late 40s. You've never been married.
30s.
Yeah. And you know the cutoff age is 40 before, let's face it, you're gay.
Really?
Yeah, if you're not married by 40, or you've never even been in a relationship where you live with a woman, right?
Right.
Yeah, you're gay at that age.
Really?
Yeah. Earl, you're coming into it.
Yeah, the years are creeping up on me, too.
But, you know, you showed now you're the most twist of us all.
I think it's a different era now where that's really... Nah, they probably don't go, well, he's gay if he's 40 and not married yet.
You know when I would say he's gay? A, he makes out with a guy while blindfolded. B, has to fucking sit here and promise he didn't blow a kid.
Some of the signs you really got to pay attention to. Some of them are subtle.
Sal, you're on Fez.
What's up, boys?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, Al, aren't you the guy that didn't want to date girls because they had more than one partner, and now you got one that has a kid? What's the story with that?
That's very, very interesting, Al, because when you were with us, you dated way young, uncomfortably young.
I needed a...
Yeah, I think you said 24 was the limit.
Well, I was younger back then, and, you know, things change in life, and, you know, you meet different people.
You never know how to get out of things once you start talking to them. It's really uncomfortable, because I see you struggle with it.
Yeah.
Well, life, there's 50 states, obviously. We had the original 13, then started adding from there. So where'd you meet this girl?
Through a friend.
Mm.
So
people forcing you to meet other people?
Yeah.
That's when you know they're worried you're gay.
Yeah.
When your friends are like, Al's alone a lot.
Well, I think once you get out of college, it's tough to meet people. You don't want to meet people where you work because that could get awkward. And, you know, if you're like someone like me who's very dedicated to their work, to put a lot of time and energy into it.
You put time into it, yeah. No energy and you're not dedicated. But there is a lot of time that you spend. You and Earl both, we can't say that you're not there a lot.
Right. I mean, that's half the job is showing up.
If Earl was white, would he have your job, you think?
I don't think companies see race. So I would say no. I mean, obviously, he chose a different path.
We've tried to talk this over with Earl before. Why did you and Olive blow by him like a shot? He had been there. How many years were you at NEW?
16.
And nothing ever happened for you?
Yeah, I was actually up for a couple of things, but I never got the gig, no.
Yeah.
Van driver.
That gig I had.
Oh. And Olive came in as an intern, and 6 months later was running the company. And you can't get him on the phone.
Yeah. I was he's the big man now at the company. I don't know how it happened, but he is.
Work. Here's Daryl. You're on Run Fez.
Hey, Al, you're always dumping out on O&A. Do you dump out on the old lady when you're in the sack? Come on,
really
baby,
bad.
suck my dick.
All right, how many dumps a day are you giving O&A on the dump button?
Not many. Not many at all.
To you. But to them, are they getting annoyed yet?
I don't think so, because it's not really them. It's who gets, dumped out.
More callers and stuff.
Callers, I'm telling you, easily 50% of the callers are cursing over there.
Yeah.
I think they're used to, the free form that's going on over here. And then when they call...
Have you ever thought of it yourself? Come in this direction?
Which direction?
Come to Satellite of Love.
Well, I'm very happy at Free FM. It's a fantastic place.
Why are you nodding yes while you're saying that?
And I like the partnership we have with XM. It's really the best of both worlds.
Partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Fez.
Yeah, I want to ask Al if he was panicking during Dennis Leary's first appearance on the O&A show on Free FM, dropping bombs all over the place there.
Yeah, he cursed just to try to be funny and just say curses.
That's not funny to you.
Well,
that's shock jock.
It's just a little shock jockish.
Yeah. You don't go for that.
I go for, quality, funny material.
Now, as long as you've been on the air with us, how many breaks you think you would have had at your station? 90?
No, I think just one.
90 minutes worth.
Bullshit.
One break.
You guys are breaking every what? 20?
No, like twice an hour. You barely notice it.
You were telling me, Fezzy, you heard more.
It's twice an hour on O&A.
Yeah.
And it's 3 times an hour later on.
Yeah, sometimes I think it depends. Sometimes they'll do 2, sometimes they'll do 3.
Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Fez.
All right, Al. The baby's drowned in the bathtub and your ass is itchy. Do you save the baby or scratch your ass? See ya.
Well, being as I know this baby, I would save this baby.
So you got a little love for this baby, right?
It's a good baby.
See, that's a problem. That is when it becomes, like they say, about a boy. You got to be careful because then you get attached to the baby.
Right.
Next thing you know, you're marrying the mother.
Yeah, it's hard not to get attached.
Has that baby accidentally called you dad yet?
No.
Do you wish you were dating her earlier so there could have been an abortion?
No, I don't think we would have met under, I think in the circumstances we met.
Yeah.
I don't think you could go back.
She was in a bad marriage.
No, no.
Abused?
No, I think everything, just, sometimes it's like with the talk show host, no chemistry. Like the chemistry didn't work out.
Interesting how you always bring it back to work.
The kid makes the chemistry.
He's a workaholic.
Well,
Tommy, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez. I have a new show idea. This is just between me and you, Ron. Maybe if you can dump Fez and get a show with Rapper, but don't tell Fez I said anything like that.
My friend Rap?
Yeah.
I'd fucking do a show with Rap in a heartbeat. Here's another person you ought to try, a Blowhard. He came in and worked with Earl. Earl, how do you think he did?
First time out, he was pretty strong. A little nervous, but once he got over the nerves,
why would you bring up a little nervous when you got a fucking guy here?
Yeah, that doesn't
Why wouldn't
sound
you
good.
say he was great?
Nah, he was fabulous. But I mean, I think once he got acclimated with the room, and
Would
everything,
you fucking just say great and leave it at that and let them get a tryout?
Because nervous sounds, you don't want to hear that on the
Yeah, you don't want to have that on the radio.
No, he was great. I think he was fabulous on the air.
Now I don't believe it.
You turn everything into shit, Earl.
I didn't mean to. I was giving the guy a compliment.
How's he giving a compliment? He came in nervous.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was his first time out. It's like,
I'm trying to get him on there right now, right this minute, to go over and get a tryout. You're acting like he comes in like a stuttering prick, like he's not making any sense at all.
You tried him out and knock it out the park.
What'd he say?
He said something about, he's really backpedaling.
Cliche?
Basically.
Here's one of your old friends, Paranoid. Hey, Perry.
Ron and Fez, welcome back, man. I missed you guys.
Thanks, pal.
I have a question for Sir Albert Dukes. Wanted to know about his relationship with Billy Staples, how that ended up. The man took a bowel movement on his check, and wondered if he's in contact with Billy, and, where are you at now with Billy Staples? Bringing him to Free FM?
All right, great question. It's open phones right now with Al Dukes. Are you program director or
No,
assistant program
assistant.
director? Assistant too, but you got your eye on the prize.
Always looking forward.
Market number one, nice thing. You're working with the Chernoff Start fan. Was he there from the beginning?
I'm not sure.
He gets a lot of credit for all the success.
Sure,
right?
he's very successful.
So, you're in a great place. Question right now is, why haven't you brought Billy Staples on board?
Billy, I think, was a unique situation to the Ron and Fez show.
No.
I'm not sure that works on another
It's interesting
program.
how many people who work for us really can't work again in the business.
Now, he did have his Triple Xmas CD out.
Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
18671, boys.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I like Al Dukes and everything, but there's no way that CBS breaks twice an hour. Every time I turn it on, it's at a break. The station sucks.
Why are you breaking so much over there?
We're not. That guy's... He called in already with a bad attitude. He was just looking for the negative anyway.
Nice. So you're doing your attack radio right now, huh? This is your version of attack radio?
Just defending.
Yeah.
Not
I like
attack. I don't like to attack.
But you do like to defend.
Well, I would defend, yeah.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
You did come up with a good point. Nothing's ever happened between you and that kid.
Obviously.
Yeah. You going to raise the kid to be a Jew?
Well, I'm not Jewish, so...
Yeah, but you want him to get ahead in the radio business.
I've done very well myself. So it never even crossed my mind.
You just yelled the word assistant across the table at us.
I think if you really want your kids to get ahead in this business, raise them Jewish. It's a really smart idea for everybody. Except for the Muslims, who obviously hate the Jews. And Nazis. And Christians.
They don't seem to do well in broadcasting at all.
Who?
Muslims.
Here's Old Gravy Leg. You're on Run and Fez.
BAT 1214, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Listen, who's got less of a personality, Earl
great.
or Al Dukes?
Earl or Al Dukes? Very, very interesting. Less personality. I'm going to have to go Earl. Because at least Al is the guy you love to hate, and he will throw an opinion out here. Earl tries to be agreeable. Where you probably, Al, would have thrown Blowhard under the bus. Earl does the passive-aggressive angle.
No, I was throwing my support at Blowhard.
You start everything with the word no. Go back and listen to an air check and hear if it doesn't start with no.
Well, it always starts with a yes or no question. I'm answering a yes or no question most of the time.
I don't think that was a yes or no question that you started off with.
No, but I didn't start with the...
No. Always no. What do you think, Al?
I think, Earl doesn't have an opinion most of the time on the air.
I'd love to see. You know who I'd love to see him with? JV and Elvis.
No, they're fine without him.
Radio Chick.
No.
How big is staff Radio Chick have right now? We still got Chucky back.
Chuck is there. Butch, JC,
and that's it.
And Chick.
I would love to have Earl as part of that crew.
I think that's plenty right now.
Earl, what do you think?
Well, I love you guys. I love being with this show.
Here's Rob. Rob, you're on Fez.
Yo, Al Dukes, you said Free FM only breaks twice an hour. You forgot to mention that the break lasts 20 minutes, too.
Not true. Again, not true.
40 minutes an hour of spots?
That I think is illegal, actually.
That only leaves 20 minutes of broadcast time.
Not true.
Glenn, you're on Fez.
Hey, how you doing, boys? Welcome back from vacation.
Thank you, my friend.
Hey, I'd like to know, Al, is there any further talk about bringing Jackie on the O&A show and dishing all the dirt on Howard back in the day?
All right, interesting point there. I know you guys, there was some talk that you were going to hire Jackie at one time, right?
That I don't know about.
Yeah. Last man on the deal, is that you, Al?
Well.
Last to hear about it?
I'm sure there's a lot of rumors.
First to come in, last to know. Al Dukes.
One of the last to leave also.
What, you leave at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? You already told us that. That's not a long day. Let's get into this thing, though. You worked with Howard for a while, right?
Yeah, not really. I mean, I was there working with Booker.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, you were there. So when he left, you had to say to yourself, you were the one who came up with the idea of let's grab David Lee Roth.
No, that wasn't my idea.
But you were his producer.
I was involved in that program, yes.
You and Ted Templeton are the two producers of David Lee Roth. You love I fucking grabbed that name, didn't you, Earl?
Great one to pull out of the hat.
See, he's fucking agreeable.
I know.
He's very agreeable. Here's Jason, you're on Fez.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, how can that one caller say that Earl's got no personality when he's out there banging psychos?
Oh, yeah, that is true. Here's Steve. Steve, you're on with Ron and Fez and Al Dukes. Back together again.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Hey, why doesn't Al hire the Ron and Sheepy show?
What do you think of that one, Al? Me and Sheepy.
I have not.
And Fez.
You're going to stay here.
What am I going to do here by myself?
Radio. For the first time ever, you're going to do radio.
You don't want to team up with Sheepy.
Yeah, I haven't heard his on-air work. I need a tape.
I'm not going to hit you with the bullshit that you got from Earl. I'm going to tell you this kid's unbelievable. He's the future of radio.
Well,
Sheepy.
Someone can get me an MP3 or a CD.
Well, I like
I'd review
MP3.
it.
You really have moved up since we've seen you. Here's Rick. Rick, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Fez. Listen.
Me too.
Hey, how about Ron and Ron? Let's bring it back.
What do
the
you
old
think?
Tampa days.
I do the Ron and Fez show here, and at night, or some other time, it's the Ron and Ron show.
Well, I think the other Ron, I think, is working for Clear Channel.
Yeah, we could get him in a heartbeat. Market number 1, Ron and Ron. Bring back the fire.
I could be part of both shows then.
I don't think you're part of either. At this point right now, Fez, it doesn't seem like you're part of either.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Rob, you're on here. Our guest today, the fabulous Al Dukes, and what a day we're having. This could go on for the rest of the show as far as I'm concerned. Rob, you're on Fez.
Yeah, I remember his important role back from the days of NEW. Just wanted to ask him a question. Al?
Yeah.
Ramon, get this button-pushing asshole off the air.
Great idea. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Ronnie. Fezzy. The Ron and Fez Show. XM202.